good evening, everyone. Online, is my voice is audible to you all? Can you confirm in chat box once, as well as screen? Clear for all of you? Yeah. So, actually, in last class, what we have discussed about the zones as well as regions and then IP addresses, right? Sure. Let us wait for 2 more minutes so let other people can join. Guess just try to give me 2 minutes. So now, let us try to start so let other people can join later. So in actually in last class what we have discussed about the zones, right? So let me share the content of Azure Cloud. So see here in last class what we have discussed about the zone. Now what is meant by zone? So zone is nothing but a data center. What we are having here, zone is nothing but a data center. So inside the data center, what we are having? We are having the physical servers. What we are having? We are having the physical server. So whatever the server we are going to create, those servers will place on the physical server. So after zone, what we have discussed about the region. Now what is meant by region? Region is nothing but a group of data centers together called region. Clear? So after this, we have discussed about the IP address. Now, what is meant by IP address? IP address is nothing but an unique identification number of a server. So, by using those IP address only, we are going to call our servers. Without IP address, we are not going to call the servers. We are not going to connect with the servers. So, in real time, what we are going to use? We are going to use a static IP address or dynamic IP address. So, we are going to use the static IP address. So, the reason behind this, I have said, right? So have you remembered these all points? Ahalya and then Sri Krishna. Yes, so that's great. So after this, we have discussed about the availability zones. So availability zones are nothing but like in Azure, we are having the number of zones in a region. Let's say we are having the zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. So within the same region, we are having the different zones. Okay, now. So on which zone you want to create your server? So let's say while creating the server, I'm going to select the zone 1. So ultimately it is going to create on the zone 1. So while creating the server, I have selected the zone 3. Ultimately my server will place on the zone 3. On which availability zone you want to place your server. So while creating the server, we need to define that one. Okay, now so if you want to create the server, we should have the account in the Azure. What we need to have? We need to have an account on the Azure. So now let us try to create the Azure account. So I think Ahalya, we have stuck with the account, right? So Ahalya, are you there? Think you are in the mute.
Hey, I am driving and I'm logging in from phone today as it is more like a
Okay,
little early.
okay, no issue. No. So I think Sai Krishna, do you have an credit card? So so if I want to perform this, we should have an account first. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to start how to create the account. So meanwhile, let me give the quick review on the Linux. So Linux is the base for the DevOps guys. So without Linux, we can't perform the DevOps. We can't even learn the DevOps. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to create the Azure account. So without wasting of our time, So let me start the Linux first. Okay now. So now, actually, do we have discussed about the Linux introduction? About the OS, types of OSs, and then flavors of OSs. Do we have discussed about this? No, right? So let me tell you, let's say our laptop, our laptop is also a server. So let's say this is my laptop. So my laptop is also a server. It's also a server. Let's say if my laptop needs to run, needs to work. If my laptop, yeah, we have discussed it, right? Yeah. Yeah, no issue. Let me recap it one more time so that we can proceed later. So if my laptop needs to run, needs to work, I need one OS. So now what is meant by OS? OS is nothing but which provides the communication between user as well as mission, are nothing but the OS, which provides the communication between user as well as the mission, are nothing but the OS. Now, actually, for the humans, we are having the Telugu, Hindi, English, Kannada, Malayalam, right? But the machine will only understand the binary level language. So ultimately, we need to provide the communication between user as well as machine. So who will provide the communication between user as well as machine? Means so this is the OS. Okay. So now, so in the OS, we are having nothing but in the OS, we are having the architecture. So basically, architecture of OSs, totally we are having four components. So the first one is about the hardware. Let's say this is my laptop. When I have connected any external devices to my laptop, those information will store on the hardware. Okay, so any external devices like DVD, pen drive, mouse, HDMI ports, any type of external devices that are connected to my laptop, those information will store on the hardware components. So after hardware, what we are having? We are having the kernel. Now, what is meant by kernel? Let's say this is my laptop. Within the laptop, I am having the hardware components, as well as within the laptop, I am having the software components. So kernel is the reason to provide, it is going to provide the communication between hardware components as well as software components. So here hardware components are nothing but the CPU, RAM, okay, na, keyboard, mouse. So which we can see as well as touch. Those all are hardware components. So again, within the our laptop, we are having the software components as well. We are having the like runtime files as well as some softwares that are installed. So it is going to provide the communication between hardware components as well as software components, are nothing but the kernel. So after kernel, what we are having? We are having the shell. Now, what is meant by shell? Shell is nothing but the place where our commands are executing. Let's say this is my laptop, right? In my laptop, I am having the CMD, nothing but the command prompt. So when I have entered any command like cd.aws, so ultimately my command was executed, right? Okay, now so the place where our commands are executing are nothing but the shell. So after shell, what we are having? We are having the application. What we are having? We are having the application. The place where our applications are present. Let's say our laptop is also one server, right? So in my laptop, I am having the VLC media. In my laptop, I am having the Zoom. I am having the GoToMeeting. The place where our applications are present are nothing but the application. Okay, now, so this is all about the introduction of Linux, guys. So let's say in my laptop, if I want to create a file, if I want to create a file, how we are going to create? So we are going to click on the right click, new, as well as file. So ultimately it is going to create one file, right? In the same manner, if you want to create a file over the server. Over the server. So let me log in with the killer coda. So by using the killer coda, we can able to perform the Linux commands, as you know that. So previously I have discussed this. So click on the playgrounds. So click on the Ubuntu 24.04. So log in with the Gmail. So click on the continue. So this is the way, guys, to log in the with killer coda. So then save. Now, so this is my server. In real time, I mean, in upcoming classes also, we are going to create the servers in the Azure portal. But meanwhile, we can access our server here. Okay, now, so whatever the commands I am performing, so this is the same commands that are available in the Azure as well as AWS servers. Okay, now. So let's say if you want to create a server, if you want to create a, sorry, if you want to create a file in the server, what we are going to use? We are going to use the touch command. So touch and then file name. So file name may be anything. So let me give as Azure. So ultimately, this touch command is going to create the Azure file. So then hit enter. My file was created. Now I want to check whether my file was created or not. How we are going to check? Means so that give the ls. So ultimately, I am having the Azure file here. Okay, now. So this is the way to create the single file, but I want to create the multiple files at a time. So the command will be touch AWS space DevOps place as well as GCP. It's going to create 3 files at a time. So then hit enter. It was created. Now just try to cross check it. Ls we are having the Azure DevOps as well as GCP. Now what is meant by ls here? Ls is nothing but a short list. And also we can check by using the LL as well. So here LL is nothing but the long list. LL is nothing but a long list. So if you want to create the series of files, if you want to create the series of files, so the command will be again touch tcs one double dot. So let me give as 10. So ultimately it is going to create 10 files. So give the ls here. So we are having TCS1, TCS2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So ultimately we have created the series of files. So remember guys, whatever the series you want to give here, so we can give. And also here inside the places, only 2 dots should be present. So if you by mistakenly have given the 3 dots, it is not going to take. So here dot should be only 2. By mistakenly if I have given 3, what will happen? It is going to under a file. So let me give as here test. It is not going to create the 10 files. Ultimately, it is going to read under a file. Okay, now, so this is the way to create multiple files on multiple files. Now, I want to remove a file. So if you want to remove a file in the Linux, we are having the command called rm. So rm is the command to remove a file. So rm and then file name I am going to give. So it was removed. Now I want to cross check whether my AWS file was removed or not. How we are going to check means, so give the ls. So do we have any AWS file now? No, right? I'm going to remove multiple files. Let me give as test, also DevOps and also Azure. So sorry. So totally we have removed the DevOps, Azure as well as test file. So this is the way to remove the multiple files. But I want to remove series of files at a time. So the command will be rm. Rm is nothing but the repeat. So the files you want to remove. So I want to remove the TCS files. So TCS then star is going to remove all the files that are starting with the TCS file name. So then hit enter. It was removed. So if you want to check, give the ls. Previously I am having the TCS 10 file, but now I am having only GCP file. So it means we have removed it right now. So earlierly we have discussed all these things, right? Now, if you want to insert a data, if you want to insert a data inside a file, what we are going to use? We are going to use VIM editor. So guys, what we are going to use? We are going to use the VIM editor. So basically in the VIM editor, totally we are having 3 modes. How many modes we are having? 3 modes. So the first one was the command mode. What we are having here? Command mode. So the second one was the insert mode. What we are having? Insert mode. So the third one was the save and quit mode. So totally in VAM editor, we are having the 3 modes. One was the command mode, one was the insert mode. So the third one was the save and quit mode. So now, if you want to shift from command mode to the insert mode, so we need to press the small I. Okay, now. So if you want to shift from insert mode to the command mode, we need to press the escape button. For the first button itself, escape, right? So we need to press the escape button in our laptop. Okay, now. Now, so whatever the point now I am telling, it was very important point. So see here, when you have opened any file with VIM editor, let's say I'm going to open the file called Azure with VIM editor. So by defaultly, you guys are in the command mode. So ultimately, this is the default mode in a VIM editor. So now I am in the command mode. So I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode. What I need to do? I need to press the small I button. Again, I want to shift from insert mode to the command mode. Again, what I need to press? I need to press the escape button. So clear for all of you? So అర్థమైందా? So please confirm in chat box once so that again. Yes, that's great. Now let me open a file with a VIM editor. So VIM. So then file name Azure. So ultimately it's going to open. So by defaultly, you will be in the command mode. Now, how can I get to know that whether I was in the command mode or in the insert mode? Means, so for the first time, you will see here as a file name. So here we can see file name. So only for the first time, guys. So later it is not going to display anything here. So for the first time, we can see file name. It means you are in the command mode. Now I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode. What I need to do? I need to press the small I button. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to press the small I button. So I'm going to press the small I button. So after pressing the small I button, what it is displaying? It is displaying like insert. It means you are in the insert mode now. You are in the insert mode. So when you are in the insert mode, then only you can able to add the data here. Okay, now. So the name itself contain insert, right? So while in the insert mode only, you can able to add the data inside a file. So let me add some data here. Hey, this is all about Linux. So ultimately, I have added this one. Now I want to save this data. So if you want to save the data, we are having some commands. Let's say command mode, insert mode. So the third one, what we are having, save and quit mode. So if you want to save the data, so we are having the colon W. What we are having, colon W. So ultimately it is going to save. If you want to quit from the file, if you want to quit from the editor, so the command will be colon Q. So ultimately it is going to quit. If you want to perform at a time, nothing but save and quit at a time. So the command will be colon WQ. Save and quit we are having. And also we are having one alternate command called colon X. What we are having here? Colon X. Now let us try to perform this one. So I want to save the data. So if you want to save the data, what we are having? We are having the colon Q. So see here. So see here. Totally, I am in the insert mode. So when I give the colon W, it is going to save, right? But it was inserting the data here. It means whatever the commands I have said, nothing but colon Q, colon W, colon X, colon WQ, anything. So this all of the commands, right? So if you want to perform the commands, you should be in the command mode first. Basically, I am in the insert mode now. So that's the reason it is going to insert the data here. So whatever the commands you want to perform, you should be in the command mode first. So how to shift from insert mode to the command mode now?
Escape.
Yes, escape. So this is my command mode. This is my insert mode. So I want to shift from command mode to insert mode means small a. So I want to shift from insert mode to the command mode. What I need to be press? I need to press the escape button. So I'm going to press the escape button. So see here. Now I have pressed the escape button. Previously I am having here insert, but now I'm not having any. So it means you are in the insert mode. Now I want to save this data. So if you want to save this data, so the command will be colon W. So ultimately it is going to save. So then it was saved. Now I want to quit from this editor. So if you want to quit from this editor, what we are having the colon Q. Ultimately, we have quit. Okay, now? So I'm having the data in Azure file. I'm having the data on the Azure file. Now I want to read the data. I want to read the data. So the command will be cat. What we are having here? Cat. So cat is the command to read the data inside a file. Cat and then file name. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we are having the data inside a file. It means we have saved the data. Now, let me see how many files we are having. We are having the Azure file as well as GCP file. Let me open VIM DevOps. So it is going to be work or not. I have given VIM DevOps. It means we are going to open the DevOps file. Without having the DevOps file, this command will execute or not. So you can unmute and say, or else you can ping me in chat box. Whether it is right or wrong, you can answer. No issue. So basically, I'm not having any DevOps files, but I am giving as VIM DevOps. It means it is going to be executed. So first, this VIM editor will check whether the DevOps file is there or not. If it is exits, it is going to open that file. If it is not exit, it is going to create one DevOps file. Okay, now. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we are in the DevOps file. So basically, I am in the command mode, right? So I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode. How we are going to shift? We need to press the small I button. So ultimately, I am in the insert mode. Now, in the insert mode only, we can able to add the data. Let me add some data here. Here this is all about Linux. Okay, now. So totally I have added the data, or else here this is my uh, DevOps file. So I have added the data. Now I want to save this data. Now I want to save this data. So if you want to save the data, so we need to first press the escape button. So after pressing the escape button, we need to perform the colon WQ. So anytime we can perform, or else if you give the W, it is going to only save, but we are not going to quit from the editor. So if you want to perform both at a time, So colon WQ. It is going to save as well as quit. Okay now. So then save and quit. So totally we have saved the data. If you want to see cap DevOps. So hey, this is my DevOps file. Okay now. So online clear and అర్థమైనా? So Sai Krishna, Ahalya clear or else do I need to repeat again? Yes, that's great.
And
Now, this is my file, right? And also I'm having a line here. So if you in the Linux, if you want to copy a line, if you want to copy a line, so the command will be yy. So ultimately yy is the command to copy a line. So if you want to paste, we are going to use the p. So you can enter as your wish. I mean, you can press the P button as your wish. So how many times you have pressed, it is going to paste that much of times. So P, P, P. So ultimately it is going to paste. Now, I want to set the number to all my lines. If you want to set the numbers to all your files. So the command will be colon set number. Ultimately, it is going to set the numbers. Ultimately, it is going to set the numbers. Now, I am at 12th line, right? Now, I want to shift to the, let's say I am at a 14th line now. I want to go to the second line. So, by using the up arrow, we can go. But in the shortcut, we are having colon 2. So, when you given the colon 2, ultimately your cursor will shift to the second line. So, then hit enter. Now, my cursor at a second line. So if I want to shift it to the 10th line, so just have to give the colon 10. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we are at 10th line now. Okay now. Next. So if you want to replace a word, let's say I am having the DevOps word. I want to replace this word with the Azure or with the AWS. I want to replace. So in the Linux, if you want to replace a word, we are having the set command. What we are having here? Set command. So the syntax will be, percentage s slash, so old name. So what we are having here, old name as DevOps, right? We are having the old name as DevOps. So new name. So what the word you want to replace with the DevOps. So I want to replace as a Azure. So ultimately DevOps words will replace it by the Azure. So ultimately the syntax percentage s old name to the new name that you want to replace. So here old name is going to be the DevOps. So the new name is going to be the Azure. So let us try to do this one. Percentage s slash old name. What we are having DevOps. New name what I want to replace. I want to replace with the Azure. So ultimately whatever the DevOps we are having, it was replaced by the Azure. Clear? So I'm clear for all of you. Yes, that's great. So next, I want to save this one. So if you want to save, we can use the colon X as well. So ultimately we have saved this one. Now I want to rename my file. Let's say I'm having the DevOps file. So this DevOps file, I want to rename. So if you want to rename your files, in the Linux, we are having the command called move mb. So the file name that you want to replace. So next, we need to give the file name that you want to replace it by. Like I'm giving as AWS. So ultimately DevOps file was replaced by the I mean renamed by the AWS. So the content that are present in DevOps are also presented by the AWS. So we are having a content. Now, next. So in the Linux, if you want in the server, if you want to create a folder, let's say this is my laptop, right? In my laptop, I want to create the folder. So if you want to create the folder, what we are going to press? We are going to press the right click, new, and then folder, right? But in the server, directories, I mean folders are called as directories. Folders are called as directories. So if you want to create a directory, so in the Linux we are having the command called mkdir, nothing but the make directory. What we are having? Mkdir, nothing but the make directory. So then directory name I am going to give as test. So ultimately test directory was created, nothing but the folder. If you want to see, so the command will be the ls again. Okay, so ultimately we are having here test directory. So if you want to go inside to the test directory, we are having the command called cd. So here cd is nothing but change directory. So cd is nothing but a change directory. So previously I was at a tilt symbol, nothing but the root symbol. Now I am at the test directory. So ultimately we have inside a directory. Again, I am going to create one more directory called mkdir test1. So directory was created. If you want to go inside to the directory, just to give a cd directory name. Okay, now. So again, I am going to create one more directory called test2. So then cd test2. Again, I am going to create one more directory called test3. So cd test3. So ultimately, we are having 4 directories. Inside the test, what we are having? We are having the test1. Inside the test1 directory, what we are having? We are having the test2. So inside the test2 directory, what we are having? We are having the test3 directory. So now, if you want to know in which path you are in, so currently I am in test3 directory, right? So if you want to see the entire path, so the command will be pwd, nothing but present working directory. So currently I was at test3 directory, it is going to print. Now, if you want to go to the previous step, if you want to go to the previous folder, let's say I want to shift to the test2 directory. If you want to go to the previous folder, so the command will be cd space dot dot. What we are having? Cd space dot dot. So previously I was at a test3 directory. Now I am at a test2 directory. Okay, na? So if you want to move 2 steps back, let's say I want to move to the test directory. So if you want to move to the 2 steps back, so cd space dot dot slash dot dot. So currently I am at test directory. Okay, next cd space dot dot. So I am at the root folder. So we are having test directories. Now I want to create one more directory. mkdir, then directory name as tcs. Also mkdir info pwc and then Harsha. So we are having the number of directories. So mkdir spelling was wrong. kdi, we are having different directories. So if you want to remove a directory, if you want to remove a directory in the Linux, we are having the command called rmdir. rmdir and then directory name that you want to remove. So let's say I want to remove the Harsha directory. It is going to remove the directory. If you want to cross check, so the command will be the same ls. Again, if you want to remove the TCS directory, so the command will be the same rmdir. So then TCS. So rmdir TCS. TSC. So previous I have given as TSC, right? So rmdir TSC. So it was removed. So totally it was removed. So online clear for all of you? అర్థమైందా అండి? So Sai Krishna and then Ahalya, Porshil, Larry. That's great. So what about the others?
I'm good.
So actually, the thing is here, I'm having the client meeting. So that's the reason I am wind up in for today. So in tomorrow's, we are having the class at 8 p.m. only in an IST. Okay now. So hope you guys will understand about for today only. Okay now.
Sure, sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
So okay then. Bye or have a nice day.